To all the people losing faith, the fact that this game's development is taking a long time is not a bad thing. We've become too familiar with rushed games that overpromise and underdeliver in recent years. Rome Total War 2, No Man's Sky, Destiny, etc. I think Star Citizen will be different. Patience is key. You know what? I agree with you. But you know what else? I don't want to hear the words, the 10th anniversary helped support the further development of the game's ship sale. So patience is key. I think that there's a lot of people who say, especially Bandit Merchantman owners, I've been patient enough, you know? And I would not disagree with that at all. Now, I think that the overriding problem that a lot of people have with the game, and I'm talking about a lot of people who support the game, who really do support the game and really care about the direction that the game is going in, and who aren't there just to troll you or just to make you feel bad because you bought a game package in Star Citizen. But I think that a lot of people out there are a little bit unnerved by the continued sales. And that is something that has to be remarked upon. I've said, it's a shame that we've been getting all these good ships so late in the game cycle. But, even with that being said, one of my overriding fears, in fact, my main overriding fear in regards to Star Citizen is since the project has grown into such a huge juggernaut of a thing, with all these worlds and space stations and truck stops and all this stuff, and ArcCorp. I mean, never mind Hurston. How the hell are they going to populate a planet that's basically just one big city? I mean, it's like Coruscant. It's going to be like, how the hell are you going to fill all that? And then just to add in missions and traders and landing zones and all these different locales and all this stuff that you're going to need to kind of populate it and make it meaningful. I mean, the task just within this solar system, just within the Stanton system, is monumental. And so a lot of us, I think, are kind of looking at it and we're kind of seeing all this and we're thinking about it and we're going like, holy shit. Populating, like, there's enough. We were talking about Cyberpunk and things like GTA. There's enough room in the Stanton system to populate and have all those games running concurrently, all that content. Now, certainly we don't expect 3.3 or 3.4 or 3.5 to contain as much content as those games have in terms of missions and things to do. But eventually, we kind of hope for this star system to be such a place, with missions and different characters that you can talk to and different people you can interact with, different secrets to find, different hidden locations, all kinds of cool shit. And then add on to that the next system, and then the next system, and then the next system, and then the next system. And so I think that the overriding fear is, how is all this going to get done? I think that's really the panic button that is triggering a lot of people, and where you get these confrontations is, how is this all going to get done? Because it seems kind of impossible. And I have to agree with it. I look at it and I mean, I've tried to rationalize it, and I've tried to apply different game models and different ideas to it and try to say, like, how could it be done? How could they possibly finish it? And like I said, what if they treated each solar system as kind of like an expansion that all of us have already paid for, but just over time, as the game somehow makes money, however they intend to kind of work that into the game, they will just expand, and we'll get another solar system and then another solar system and another solar system, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 a year, or however they're going to do it. They're just going to have a whole shop that's just about building solar systems and fleshing them out. But every time I sit there and I watch, what is it, the Lore Master's Corner or whatnot, when they talk about all these different solar systems, I keep thinking, like, how are we going to get this system done? I mean, we've been working on the Crusader environment for about a year, Beyond Crusader for a year and a half, and that's just one solar system. How long is it going to take to bring the next system and the next system online? And I think that that's the big fear, is that a lot of people are just going to kind of just give up on this project because it looks like it's going to be kind of impossible to populate all this space. I mean, I think a lot of people are kind of looking at it and they're thinking like, holy crap, what's going to happen? Now, certainly they're going to have to develop other star systems, but how are they going to come about? When are they going to come about, right? Like, even if we get to a point where we say, okay, Crusader's done, well, what about, or Stanton's done? You know, Crusader is a planet within Stanton. How long is it going to take to do the entire next system from scratch? Now, arguably, there's going to be a lot of assets that they can reuse, and they'll have the planetary tech already kind of nailed down, and atmospherics and all these things like gaseous anomalies, asteroids, they'll have that all kind of figured out, and they'll just be able to kind of drop those in. But then you still have to populate it with missions, with NPCs, with characters, with stories, with all these different things that make it a real-ish living, breathing place. How long is that going to take? And, you know, how are you going to get all these star systems finished, right? I think that that's where a lot of people kind of go like, what's happening? How long is this going to take? And I think there's a fear that, you know, that we're going to get to a point where people are going to say, look, no more. I'm not giving you any more money. And I mean, certainly there are already a lot of people in that camp. Like, no more. Now at this point in the video, you're going, holy shit, Minion, you are bumming me like right the fuck out. Stop it, dude. Like, wow. I get it. You know, no one likes to hear unfavorable news or an unfavorable opinion. I totally understand. So how could the situation turn around? How could the situation get better? Well, let's say we have the Stanton system, right? We have this basic star system. Within that star system, we can certainly populate a heck of a lot of things. Once again, that's a lot more play area than GTA 5, than Cyberpunk is going to have, than any game realistically is going to have in terms of, you know, cities, different venues, different locales that you can visit, different characters you can meet, and you can populate the shit out of that system. There's endless amounts of space compared with any other game that you can populate with all kinds of interesting things, right? If you can use that as a springboard to get enough in place, enough systems in place, and enough performance stability, and I don't just mean stability in terms of, oh, the servers are working today, but I mean stability in terms of, you know, the flight engine isn't going to be going through yet another revision again and again and again, but where the game is stable, predictable, and enjoyable. And there's a sense of persistence within that, you know, if I log in and I start to progress, I keep my progression. I feel that I'm not just logging in to try out a demo. I'm actually playing the actual game. If you can get to that point, then I think a lot of people are just going to chill out. Because there's a lot to do in Stanton. Add another couple of star systems. That's a heck of a lot of distance to travel. I mean, we've talked about travel distance before, like realistically what it could be. And, you know, they're talking about, oh, we've got a chess table so you can play a game of chess while you're warping between planets within a star system. That's probably not too far off, though I think checkers arguably would be the better choice of game. You know, you're talking about having all this space to play around with. If you populate it well, and if you grow the game organically out from there, then it can be good. And a lot of people are going to go, I can't wait for the next system to come up. And they're not going to be like, damn it, when are we getting our next star system? Like, oh my god, I can't wait. This system is so good. When are we going to get the next one? These 3 systems are so great. When are we going to get the next 3? You know, that sort of thing. And you can organically bring them all in a little bit at a time, and that paints a much brighter picture. And that's, you know, something that I wouldn't doubt is part of the game plan right now at CIG, that they're sitting there and they're going, okay, you know what, if we can, you know, it's going to take us a long time to build out all these star systems. I mean, just think about it. But if we can get 3 or 4 star systems, or maybe, yeah, 3 or 4 star systems in place, get them populated, get the game running, get the persistence in, the true persistence, not just persistence until the next time we do a reset, but true persistence in there. Then we have a game that we can go out there and market and say, hey, what, you want to join in? You want to join in the fun? Here's a ship package. Get in on the action with your friends. That sort of thing. I think that if we get to that point with the game, then a lot of people, you know, they're not going to be exactly happy because, you know, it's going to be, they're going to be waiting for the Banner Merchantman and all these other ships, but they're going to be a little bit more chilled out because at least the game, the venue, the show has begun for real this time, and not just, you know, Squadron 42 in 2016, but for real this time. I think that is what's going to kind of alleviate a lot of those fears and not just some nice posts.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.